quite nice. This is an album that takes me back, really. Oh yeah. Now we go back to my earliest childhood and an artist who taught me that Swedish folk music was interesting. We're talking about the Hammond organist Merit Hemmingson. She started her career as a jazz pianist but switched to Hammond organ in the 1960s, and after making a couple of jazzy cocktail albums, she amazed the Swedish record buyers when she hooked up with the rock guitarist George Wadenius, drummer Slim Borgud from the rock group Made in Sweden, and folk fiddlers Ole Hjort, Alm Nils Ersson, and various wind instrument virtuoso Sven Berger, among others. Everything produced by Bengt Palmers, who would a couple of years later produce the Blue Swedes recording of Hooked on a Feeling. That went to the top of the US hit lists. This album, Huva, is an album often mentioned with lots of admiration today, and it still holds up very well. And so did the two follow-up albums Trollskog and Bergtagen, where she also played the clavinet and electric piano. After that, Merit Hemmingson didn't really manage to make any truly inspired albums for several years. She started using synthesizer more and more, since that was what was popular back then. But I think those albums have aged rather badly. She's still active though, and she's kept the same warm and soulful Hammond organ sound that she presented on the album Huva way back in 1971. In media she was called the jazzy Halder back then. The Halder was this female folklore creature who, with her beauty, allured men to get lost deep inside the dark forests. A bit of a Scandinavian version of a siren or mermaid, but forest, not waters. Well, that's of course totally irrelevant, but it's the music and sound of Merit Hemmingson and her playmates that's worth remembering today.